Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be learning about equivalent fractions. So, equivalent fraction is only to be made by either multiplying or dividing. And whatever you do to the top numerator, which is the top part of your fraction, you have to do the same thing to your bottom. Okay, so let's do an example. Okay, so let's say I have the fraction 1/2, and I want to get it to be 2/4. So what am I going to multiply the top and the bottom number to get 2/4? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to think about it. Okay, so for those of you who said to multiply by 2, you are correct. We're going to multiply 1 times 2. And then, because we have to multiply what we're doing from the top and the bottom, we're going to do 2 times 2, which will equal then my 2/4. Okay, so these are equivalent by, let's say I'm going to draw my model. So I have 1/2 and 1/2, which equals 1/2. What if I have the same bar, but I divide it into 4s? It's the same amount, but instead of only having half of my bar, I'm going to be doing 2. Now, it's equivalent to the same as 1/2. Just because I have more pieces now, I'm going to have 2/4. Okay, so let's do another one. So let's say I have a fraction of 3/4. And what if I use a factor of 2? So my factor of 2, and I want it to be equivalent to 3/4. Okay, so with that, I need to figure out what am I going to do to the top and what am I going to do to the bottom. I'm going to multiply by 2. So remember, whatever I do to the top, I must do to the bottom. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Now I can also do different numbers as well. This time I only asked to find the equivalent fraction with a factor of 2. I could also ask, what if I wanted to do the equivalent fraction of 3? So I'm going to do 3/4, but I'm going to multiply by 3 on the top and multiply by 3 on the bottom. So 3 times 3 is 9, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So guys, you guys can use any factor you choose, but it has to remember to be an equivalent fraction, you have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number, which is 2. And we did 3 on this one. So make sure you guys are doing that. Okay. So guys, remember your rules for equivalent fractions. Only to be made by multiplying or dividing. And whatever you do to the top numerator, the top number, you must do to the denominator, which is the bottom one. Okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, or you can also talk to me on our meetings today if you have any questions about this. Make sure you're doing your work, and have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend.